Ayurveda means life knowledge or life science, or you might have heard this called the science of life. There's a lot of ways you can say it, but basically it all means the same thing. And I really like this because this is basically what it boils down to. It's knowledge about life. What more do you really need? When it comes to health, you really do have to look at it in a holistic way. Ayurveda is the oldest health system in the world, dating back a few thousand years in India. So this is why I love Ayurveda so much, because it is timeless. This is a time-tested system that has worked for thousands of years, and I trust that. The central theme of Ayurveda is aligning your whole self, body, mind, and soul with nature. So before I even discovered Ayurveda, I was on a mission to learn everything I could about holistic health. And then when I learned that Ayurveda existed and what it was, I realized that this is really the best system when it comes to natural health, when it comes to your whole self. And I think you can't have a health system without treating the whole self. It just isn't right unless it's treating the whole self, because we are a body, mind, and soul. And everything is connected, everything is related, and everything must be balanced. This is why I believe that Ayurveda is the perfect health system. Ayurveda states that if you keep the body, mind, and soul in a state of balance, disease cannot occur. So you will find, as you go through this course, there are many ways to keep your body, mind, and soul in a state of balance, and there are ways to even tell when these states are getting out of balance. So you can prevent disease in this way. Ayurveda recognizes 3 body types: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. These are called doshas, another name for constitution. So you will hear this word many times. When I say doshas, I am referring to the 3 body types. So I will go further in depth with these body types later on, but for now I'll just give a quick description. Vata types are usually the smaller body types and the people that tend to have anxiety and constipation and nervousness. They are governed by the air and the ether qualities. Pitta types are the types that have an athletic body. They tend to be hot a lot, and they tend to have red hair, pale skin that gets flushed easily, and have issues such as heartburn and diarrhea. And Kapha types are the heavier body types that are based on the earth element, and they tend to gain weight easy. They are also very easygoing people, very sweet people, and they usually tend to be healthier because they have more of that earth element. Again, I will be going through each of those a lot more in detail, and you'll be able to tell which type you are by taking the assessment. Your personal constitution will determine the best ways to live your life to achieve optimal health. So as I described the last 3, you might have gotten a slight indication of which type you are. Now, this is a good time to mention that everybody has parts of all of these constitutions in them. You will just have a dominant one, or you may be a dual dosha, which means you have 2 that are equal. So living a lifestyle in alignment with the way that these constitutions are, that will determine the best ways for you to live your life. And this is why Ayurveda is a very personal health path. The goal of living an Ayurvedic lifestyle is to prevent disease before it starts, rather than treating it once it manifests in the body. So like I said before, you can treat disease with Ayurveda, but the main goal is to prevent it, because prevention is a lot easier than treating something once it manifests. So I really like Ayurveda for that reason, because of course I think it's better to prevent illnesses than to wait until you have them and then have to decide how you are going to take care of them. Ayurveda states that all disease starts in the mind and only manifests in the body once it has reached a critical point. This is why I like Ayurveda so much, because it it balances all three, the mind, body, and the soul. And since Ayurveda believes that all disease starts in the mind, if you can stop a disease from progressing to that critical point, then ideally you will never get the disease. Living in sync with nature's rhythms are a major part of Ayurveda, both daily and seasonally. This is another one of my favorite parts about Ayurveda because I believe that living in sync with nature's rhythms and the cycles are really the key to good health. And there's a lot of cycles in nature that we should align ourselves to, daily and seasonally, and this also includes monthly as well. So there's the daily circadian rhythm, there's the monthly lunar cycles, and then there's the seasons of the year. And these are all, really good ways to line yourself up with nature. They're very easy to know what to do. They're really common sense. But a lot of times people have lived so far away from these rhythms that they don't really remember that they're supposed to do them. And this is why I like to talk about Ayurveda so much, because it really is that crucial of a thing. Especially the daily cycles and the seasonal cycles. Those are the biggest ones that I think are definitely the key to good health. Ayurveda and yoga are the sister sciences, meaning that they work synergistically together to achieve the same goal, optimal body and mind health. So if you are into yoga, you have probably heard of Ayurveda as well before taking this course, because these are two things that go together amazingly. In yoga, they always say that there's the mind-body connection, which is why when you're doing a yoga pose, you are doing the deep breathing, you are holding the pose with your body, but it is also exercising your mind because you are holding that position. And it's a great complement to Ayurveda. And so, needless to say, yoga is one of the daily health routines that is recommended for optimal health. If this sounds really good to you and you want to learn more, I've got an online course called Introduction to Ayurveda, which this video was taken from. So in the course, there's 2.5 hours of video lessons, 50 printable worksheets that include planner pages, journal pages, checklists, and resources. It's called Introduction to Ayurveda, Your Unique Path to Holistic Wellness, and I will leave a link down in the description below so you can enroll or watch the other free video. There's this video, the whole one, plus another video that's an introduction to this course to see if it's a good fit for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.